Good morning, guys. Happy Zero Dark 30. Think I'm kidding. Thursday morning. Yeah, it's about 5:30. So, and I've been up for about an hour and a half. So, trying to get some stuff done. And sometimes the first thing in the morning is the best time to do it. But, all right. So, here's the latest. And y'all need to be well aware of this because this is going to affect you big time. And I know constantly you're hearing get more food, get more food, get more food. Guys, this is important. Okay. I'm going to show you why. In the last couple of days, and one of y'all even sent me a screenshot of the message they got, is they're a trucker. There is an imminent diesel shortage on the East Coast. Okay. And to give you an idea, I'll read a couple of these to you. These are the messages going out to the truckers. Good morning. Effective immediately. Make sure you're fueling up at the end of the day. I cut and paste a message from Lowe's where many of you fuel currently. The message is as follows. Dear fleet customers, due to historically low supply, diesel availability in the eastern U.S. market is currently limited. Your drivers could start to see the effects of these supply issues in the coming days. Or you get this one. Attention to all drivers. Hearing from Lowe's that they expect diesel shortage to hit some of their U.S. stores in the coming week. We'll do our best to keep an eye on the situation and remove stores from fuel solutions as we hear about challenges at specific stores. Okay. This is the issue. If there's no diesel fuel, guys, that means no trains run. That means no trucks run. And that means you name it. Okay. Look at the price. I told you the other day, diesel here in Tennessee, which is cheaper than most places, is $5.40 a gallon. All right. Some of you guys were telling me it was up around $9 a gallon in places. That is going to transfer real quick to the stores. Okay. And primarily food, because that's the one thing that we buy on a regular basis. We have to. Yeah, you can go another month without buying a new pair of tennis shoes, or gee, maybe you wear last year's bathing suit. Okay, I'm not, saying those aren't important things, but food, yes, this is important. And I want to give you this because nobody ever talks about, everybody talks about how much food costs, but nobody ever breaks it down. So I broke it down. And this gets quite interesting. All right. So let's start with, first off, the average American's salary. Now, I'm going to bet a lot of us make a lot less than this, but I took averages across the board. So you figure out where you fit. Okay. According to the Department of Labor, the average American salary is $63,264 a year. I'm betting a lot, like I said, a lot of us make less than that. That is gross. So if you look at this, okay, I went to one of these paycheck calculators and took to see what the paycheck would be. If you look at the bottom, your take-home check on 63,264 would be $1,939 every 2 weeks. All right? So let's just remember that. So now we get into, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, how much you should spend on groceries. And again, these are all figures, just like the bank says you shouldn't have more than 30% in your mortgage or X amount of car payment or whatever it is. Okay, so how much you should spend on groceries. Well, if we're talking about $1,900 and change on your average take home, okay, that would be $3,800. According to Bureau of Labor Statistics, if you look at the top here, okay, on the monthly after-tax revenue, we fall in between the 3,000 and 4,000 level on that. So at 3,800, let's ballpark it It's less than 4,000, so less than 129. So let's ballpark it at 120 bucks a week. That's what somebody should spend who makes $63,000. $120 on food. Okay. Wow, $120 on food, right? So let's take a look at where that goes. These are the most current average prices I can find across the country. Look at this chart. So let's say your 3 meals. You want, buy a dozen eggs. The average cost for a dozen eggs across the country, $2.40. Okay, so that means you get to eat about 1.5 eggs for breakfast. Okay, great, 1.5 eggs. I usually have 3. Okay, but we'll just say the 1.5. You want to have bacon with your eggs. Okay, pound of bacon, which will last a person a week. All right, so you're eating some $7.21, and coffee brewed at home is 27 cents a cup. So there, your bacon, 1.5 eggs, some bacon, and a cup of coffee. I have 2, so that's what I figured in here. $3.70 a week. So lunch, we're going to have a bologna sandwich. Loaf of bread is $4.99. Pound of bologna, $4.49. Gee, we'll have an apple with it. That's 82 cents a piece, okay? And a glass of milk. That's what your lunch is. A bologna sandwich, a apple, a glass of milk. I'm not talking about lettuce on there. I'm not talking about mayonnaise, anything of the sort, or mustard, for those of you guys who put mustard on bologna. Okay. A bologna sandwich, an apple, and a glass of milk. The end. Okay, we're talking about kids' brown sack lunch. So dinner, okay. Ground beef, $4.66 a pound on average. Chicken breast, $3.29 a pound. I broke this up. I figured, okay, let's say 4 pounds of ground beef a week, 3 pounds of chicken breast a week. So that means you're eating 1 pound of meat for dinner, okay, which is relatively common. Potatoes, 66 cents a potato. So you eat 1 potato a dinner. Can of vegetables, I'm going with the average, just say it's $1, all right? Whether you buy the generic stuff at Walmart or whether you buy Del Monte or whatever it is, it came out across the country at $1 a can. So your dinner is a pound of meat, no pastas, no sauces, no nothing, a potato, and a can of vegetables. This is basics. That comes up to $72.45 a week. On $63,000 a year, you have 120 bucks a week. So that means you got $48 left to buy the lettuce, the mayonnaise, the mustard, the orange juice, the whatever would be, okay? And you are eating bare bones basic. I don't even want to do cereal, okay? Eggs and bacon is actually cheaper than buying cereal, and cereal's just freaking corn anyway, okay? A bologna sandwich, and some dry ground beef or some dry chicken breast for dinner. At $63,000, that's break even. Okay? So if you make 40, now what? Now this is your grocery list for the week. If you make less than that, what do you give up? Well, the hell with ground beef, the hell with chicken breast, the hell with my cup of coffee. Gee, is there anything cheaper than bologna, honey? I don't know. This is where we are. And with this diesel shortage, expect this to go up. This is a problem. Trains, planes, well, planes are jet fuel, but trains, planes, and automobiles. All right, trains and trucks run on diesel fuel. That means nothing is getting shipped anywhere at this. I've mentioned to you many times about truckers turning down loads because it would cost them money to drive it because they can't afford to put the fuel in there. How are we going to solve that problem? Joe is out yesterday blaming inflation on Trump. Joe, you've been president for 1.5 years, okay? When you took office, gas prices were $2.25. Gas prices are now $4. You can't blame that on Trump, okay? This is all you, all right? Let's look at the inflation on food prices. Joe, this is all on you, okay? Blame it on Putin, blame it on Republicans, blame it on whatever the hell you want, Joe. The American public is not stupid. You are, but we aren't, okay? We know who is at fault. You are doing nothing. You've thrown your hands up in the air and said, I don't know. Where's my diaper? Okay. Guys, I know this is tough, and I know we keep saying over and over and over, buy more food, and you're going in there with that $50 bill, and you're going, I used to walk out with 3 bags of groceries. Now I'm walking out with 2. Now I'm walking out with 1, okay? But again, remember, a year ago it was 3, then it was 2, now it's 1. What's it going to be 6 months from now? Now you're walking out with, a couple of things. Anything you're putting back right now is going to help you in the future. Please, please, please stick to the plan, put stuff away. For those of you guys that are starting now, I know this sucks trying to do it. But from those of us who've been doing this for a while, let us tell you, you're going to be happy that you spent the money now. When a year from now, you go into the pantry, into your freezer, and look at whatever you go and go, holy crap, I paid this last year, and this is what it costs this year. Keep going. This is going to get harder and harder and harder. And the more you get done now, the better off you are. You hear me talking about planting all the time. Plant more. Get more than what you think. Okay, for most of you guys up north, you're probably getting close to planting season. If you plant 5 heads of cabbage, plant 10. Make more sauerkraut. Okay, if you plant 10 green bean plants, plant 20. Okay, you're getting the seed packs anyway. Stick them in the ground. Okay, even if the soil sucks, try it. If you put an extra 10 in there, hey, if you get enough to make 1 extra jar of green beans out of those extra 10 plants, do it. Use any space, any way you can. 5-gallon buckets, grow bags. You could literally take an Amazon cardboard box, fill it with some dirt, and that's a planter, okay? Do something, because as everything gets more expensive and more expensive, your paycheck is not going to go up. Let's say, hypothetically, we take the grocery list I just showed you, and let's say we go through 50% more inflation on food. Very freaking possible, very fast. That takes that $72, that adds another $36 to it. Guess what that is? Now we're talking about $108 on your $120 budget. That means no lettuce, no mayonnaise, no ketchup, no nothing, okay? Your paycheck is not going to go from $63,000 to $100,000. That ain't happening. So now that is your entire grocery list this fall on a $63,000 income. I wanted to break this down to show you what it is, okay? Not that y'all don't know it by going to the grocery store, but a lot of times people, when they visualize something like this, it strikes home a whole lot better. And maybe the spouse, the kid, the whatever, will look at this if they want to. And I know last time it kind of blew up in my face. People said, oh my God, people thought it was a conspiracy theorist. No, these are facts, okay? And yes, I understand yesterday I had polar opposites of views on what I said yesterday. Some agreed with me, some disagreed with me. That's cool. Like I said at the beginning, that was my opinion. This isn't my opinion. These are facts, okay? This is exactly the numbers that are broke down in the United States right now. Canada, you're worse. Great Britain, you're worse. Europe, you're worse, okay? Y'all know this. There's 9 countries in Europe right now, 9, okay, that have double-digit inflation so far this year. We're only at 8, okay? Where we go, what do? We follow Europe on everything. Guess what? If we get to 12%, like a lot of countries are in Europe, that's $72. Yup. Guess what? It's now 108. Don't you just love it? All right. There was only one video yesterday because I'm out trying to get grass seed all over the place, and Mrs. P and I were wiped out working all day. It's supposed to be a little cooler today, so hopefully we won't get so bad. If anything comes up this afternoon, I will certainly let you know. I'll try to be a little more cognizant of what's going on. But guys, pay attention to this diesel shortage. Watch your diesel prices. Even if you got a gas car, check it, because those little gas signs up there on the street, those tell you what's going on. And when I see gas at $4 and diesel at $5.40, that begins to be worrisome. And when I see diesel later this week at $6.50 in my area, it's going to be all I need to know to tell me that the gas station is telling me what food prices are going to be. Have a good one. Pinball out.